Look, everyone, I'm in Calgary. That's what Calgary looks like. How are you doing, Matt?
Fucking Skyline over there.
I mean, it's not a half bad view. I'll silhouette myself for a heartbeat. Nope, that's not the way to pull it. Nope, that's not the way to pull it.
Buildings.
Buildings.
Oh, there you go. I focused nice on that. Is it a convention?
This is lovely construction that has woken me up at 7 a.m. every morning.
That's terrible.
No, I mean, honestly, it's kind of motivating.
That's not motivating. No.
I know. You would be very impressed, or at least I think you should be impressed. I'll have been here for 5 days total, and 2 of the 3 days I did wake up and I went to the gym, and I'm very proud of myself because I was very sleepy.
There you go. Wait, somebody made a comment about my Wi-Fi. Is my Wi-Fi terrible? It looks okay on my end. Okay.
I thought it might have been, but I also know that I'm on hotel Wi-Fi, so it could have been me. But I guess if somebody else is saying it's you, it's a you problem.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I got to figure that out then. It looks okay on my side, so I can't. That's strange. Okay.
I don't know. I can't help you with that. But I can. I mean, that's always a good thing to do. I've seen the tower. Let me see if I could show you the picture. Like, I literally walked right up to the tower. I almost bought a ticket to the tower the other day too, because I thought I should do something touristy while I'm here, but then I didn't do it and I ate a steak instead. Where's my tower picture? Here it is. See?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, you got that.
We're pretty central. The more important picture for you to look at is this beautiful baby.
Of course.
Matt, this is bone marrow butter, and it was so good. It was
bone marrow butter
good.
before, yeah. Awesome.
I just sat in the restaurant, ate my steak, watched the draft, and when I ordered my steak, the server was like, "Don't you want anything on it?" I'm like, "Oh, no, normally I don't get anything on it, but what do you recommend?" And the second she said bone marrow butter, I'm like, I am sold. Is he gone? He might be gone. So this, oh, nope, I saw you move.
I'm trying something. I'm trying something different. Sorry, I didn't know it was
going to this episode would stink for everyone. You could just sit here for an hour and watch me drink from this comically large size water bottle.
Do I look any better? Is anything improved?
Well, like but like we hear you smoothly now, so that's a good thing.
I'm trying my personal hotspot. I'm like literally just have my phone rocking right now.
I actually think that might be better than your internet.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome.
Okay, I'll take it.
That's all I got for now.
How's everything on your end? What have you been up to this week?
Same old. Lots of writing. I didn't do any screenings this week. What I'm trying to think of, like, just had a lot of writing and a lot of day job stuff. So it was just like no sleep. And I took an assignment to do the 50 best science fiction horror films.
Oh.
And I had like a week. And I had like a week to do it. So
I don't think there's any assignment I would want least than the 50 best any genre films.
Oh, I love doing that shit. It honestly, it's so fun because it makes me clear up blind spots that like I have. So like it's motivation for me. It's the thing we talk about. Like we can only watch the things we write about because that is the life we have chosen. Yeah. So legitimately, like I cleaned a bunch of blind spots up doing this list because I like science fiction. Like I'm not against it, but it's just not my go-to when I think about genres that draw me in. Like especially the horror genre, I'm more slashers, more stuff like that. And there's a teeny little bit of crossover with sci-fi. But yeah, so that was literally my last week. Was like I got the assignment really like late, whatever. But like they reached out and they're like, "Hey, we got a week for this assignment. Do you want to do it?" And I had that moment where I'm like, I don't have to do this, and I was like, but I'm gonna.
Most impressive. I mean, it's a smart way to think that it clears up blind spots, but those things are just such an undertaking. I don't know if I could do it, so I am very impressed that you're doing it.
So far, I'm trying to think of the list I've done like that. I did zombies, I did vampires, and now I've done sci-fi horror.
Well, those feel more doable because they're like subgenres within a genre. Like sci-fi in general would concern me that I'd miss something. Look who's
What's
here.
sci-fi horror though?
Hi, Christy. Happy to have you live today.
Because like there's a lot of science fiction, but like when you start looking at how much sci-fi horror there is, there's a huge gap between really good and not good. Like there's not a lot like in the middle, if I'm being honest. Like my list is a lot of there's a lot of obvious, but like it's obvious for a reason. Like these are good movies.
Can you give us any kind of teaser? What's something towards the top of the list? And then can you also give everybody an example of like something that was like way, way low down? Like obviously not worth making the list, but that people should avoid.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, here's the thing. Like, if we're talking the top of the list is easy. You know the movies that are up there. Like, you're gonna get a smattering of The Thing, Alien, Event Horizon. Like, those are the obvious. So, like, the top of my list it's what it is. Like, They Live, stuff like that. Yeah. I will admit, I didn't do a lot of. It was hard because like they wanted me to focus really on the horror of it all, and in watching and like having seen like a lot of the classic films, like go back to the 50s and stuff like that, they're good movies, but I don't get a lot of horror out of them. They're a lot more like Invasion of the Body Snatchers is almost like more of a romance than it is anything. It's hard. No, don't get me wrong.
Did you not include that on the list?
No, I did the remake.
Oh, okay.
So like that's the thing. Like yeah. So like that's the thing. Like I there's a lot of like how did I draw my lines and how did I kind of like decipher that?
I bet no one on the internet is going to have anything to say about where you drew the line.
I can't wait. I know the comments already. There's going to be a lot of recency bias comments because everyone's going to be like, well, like, why is the remake here but not the original? And I'm going to be like, because those didn't scare me. So like in trying to think of how to do this, like, yeah, it was hard.
I'm trying to think of a recent one that went on. Did Europa Report make the cut? I feel like that one's underrated. I
love Europa Report, and after going back to it, I couldn't justify it as the type of horror that they wanted me to do.
Oh, interesting.
Because like it's a disaster drama. I don't like. It's hard to like. Yeah, like there's no alien, there's no stuff like that. So that's what it is.
Okay.
I love that movie though. I agree with you. Like I am huge fan of Europa Report. Like one of the new ones I snuck in was absolutely like Project Wolf Hunting. Like that was for sure. It's so good. It's so much fun. Okay. It's so crazy. But yeah, like it was a lot of like I don't know. Do they like straightforward horror definitions and stuff like that? So like yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I've always said genre instead of horror in general, because people box things in.
Yeah, exactly.
And so specifically, I don't know if anyone has been keeping up with the Calgary Expo stuff, but I've covered a lot of horror. Do you know what panel I just came from, Matt? And it made me so happy. I'm gonna
say no so you can talk about it.
I'm so excited. I moderated Laurie Metcalf's first ever convention panel. And like, obviously she's been in a million other things and she's a legend and she's a Tony winner and she's an Emmy winner and she's an Oscar nominee. The joy it brought me to ask her about Scream 2. You have no idea. Idea.
Did she have good, like not good, but like was she able to respond to them or like?
No, she was. She felt more informed than I would expect because I feel like a lot of times, like and like this is our job. A lot of times as fans, we've like picked apart the details way more than any of the stars actually have. So like we tend to obsess over things that they're not even aware of. But like she knew her stuff and she put a lot of thought into the answers and clearly cared about the opportunity, which is all I could ever ask for. But like just in general, like she was super lovely. And I hope she stays on the con circuit because she was good at it. She was good at it. I mean, they all are. The Screamcast the other night was like A+ again.
I mean, they don't have to be good though. Like that's the thing. Like they all are. Is like.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you don't have to. You don't have to because like if you're in something that is popular enough, people will come out to see you. I guess no matter what. But I don't like the difference. I think is like especially for the Screamcast because they are on the con circuit. They do it all year round. Like, you also want to make sure people keep coming back, I guess. And I don't know, they just put on such a good show. Like they're made for this type of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Though, like not everyone is like that. That's the thing. Like there are very talented people who like aren't the best interview or aren't the best like convention interview. So like that they are is a good thing. Like that's.
I've gotten very lucky here. I think everybody at a convention I've ever moderated for is built for con culture. This one in particular was good. Yesterday, I got Roger Craig Smith, who voices Sonic and a multitude of other characters. I mean, he's like perfect at this, absolutely perfect. After him, it was the Screamcast, and of course, all showmen, all lovely. They were wonderful. With the one cool thing about extra cool thing about this Scream panel compared to the one at MegaCon was obviously I was really happy to see like the OG stars, like the group that we all know and love. This one also included Lee Waddell, who like was the stunt person in the Ghostface costume, and I was really excited to get his his interpretation on Ghostface and like the notes that Wes Craven gave him. That was really cool. And then today I had Laurie Metcalf, and before Laurie Metcalf, it was Ashley Eckstein and Dee Bradley Baker to talk about Clone Wars, Bad Batch, all that good stuff. But like I just got spoiled. Like they were all great.
That's what you'd want. if you're stuck there doing all that moderating, like I feel like it's
pretty. These cons they can be pretty cool. It's just like we operate in a bubble in Hollywood, and it's just like I think there is nothing more special than being in a con environment and seeing firsthand how these shows and films completely change someone's life. The shows, films, and the people who make them. It's like a really cool environment to be in for a little.
Yeah, I don't do enough cons. I mean, I don't do any, if I'm being honest with you.
Like, you should try a horror convention sometime.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing. So the problem with what's the one out here? There's one out here in California every year, and I'm blanking.
Yeah, I know.
Name.
Well, we don't want to call it Monster something.
Nah, that's in Texas. Monster.
Yeah, that's Texas. Like someone's gonna say it, and I'm gonna be like, obviously, I knew that was what. I mean,
that's fine. I've never gone there, so I'm not like forgetting something that I've attended or anything. But that's because it's always during Fantasia Festival, and So I think this year, I keep saying it. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to Fantasia this year. I don't have the drive. I did it last year, and like nothing against the festival. It's just I don't live in New York anymore, and it's not an hour flight. It's now like a 4.5 hour flight, and it's a short weekend. So like I don't know if I want to do it. I can cover it virtually, all that stuff. But if I stay here, that means I can actually do the convention. I can actually do that stuff. So I think I'm going to make the swap this year and just attend the con, just see what's there, see how it goes, just have some fun.
Cool. I'm down. Yeah. I want to go too. Let me know when you go. I'm gonna go.
We should do something there.
That'd be cool. Who do we have to contact to do something there?
I know a bunch of people who do stuff there.
Who in the live chat is LA based or willing to travel to LA for that convention if we did a live Merri Hour? That'd be really cool.
Well, I mean, no, we would have to do something horror focused. We'd have to.
Like you would. I mean, what percentage of what we talk about is horror?
A giant part of it. That's fair.
I mean,
that's fair.
I think it'd be. I think it'd be.
We should ours in San Diego. It's not San Diego Comic Con.
No.
Can't confirm. I know that one. I might not go to cons, but I know that one.
I have high hopes for a live Merri Hour. I don't know if we could fill a San Diego Comic Con room.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm down to try, like that's
I'll try. I want to do that. All right,
I'm looking it up now because it's killing me.
What?
The convention. I'm like, it's so dumb.
How is it not beginning with Monster? Isn't it Monster something?
It's not. I mean, looks like there's a bunch of them.
Monster Palooza. Is that it?
No. Midsummer Scream. There we go.
Oh, I know that one. Yeah. Okay.
Midsummer Scream.
All right. We gotta find the right people to talk to.
I can do that. I know. Okay. I know lots. I will do that.
Okay. Anyway. You gotta do your homework after this. I'm in.
Not after this. It's Saturday. I don't do homework on Saturday.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm right on Saturday, so I should.
I have lost all ability to differentiate a work week day and a weekend day.
I did nothing today, but I went for a run, ate some foodies, and then I've been playing Dead Island 2 all day. That's it. That's my day.
Oh, great. I mean, that sounds kind of lovely.
They did. So I beat Dead Island already, and they're doing these little downloadable DLC packs. And their latest one is called So LA. So the very quick thing is this takes place in LA. This game. It's an open world zombie killer game, and so I've already beaten my zombies in downtown LA. There's a huge like Walk of Fame set piece, and the new one's basically Coachella. you get summoned to this like. There is a beat that is turning people into zombies now. Oh. So your character goes to investigate at the So LA festival. And like, so basically I've just been murdering Coachella zombies for the last 3 hours.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good. It's the first Dead Island game was a miserable failure because it was one of the buggiest games that like I ever played, and it just tanked. Like they released it got terrible reviews because of the bugs and stuff like that. So the sequel it's been being made for like 10 years. It just sat around for 10 years. Different companies had to pick it up and finish it. So it came out, and I bought it, and I was like, yeah, sure, I got to give it another try. And the fact that it's good is like the most reaffirming, like one of the biggest like failure to like sequel just kicking ass stories I've like ever played.
Well, now I want to. Every single time I feel like you bring up a good horror game, I'm like, I want to play that, and then I know I never will.
Yeah, I mean, you should do stuff like Until Dawn. You should sit down and actually do an Until Dawn playthrough and stuff.
How long does that take, though?
I think the game took about. I think Until Dawn is like 7-8 hours if you do like the whole story. Like, and you don't have to do it at once. But you know, it's you as a film fan and what you like and what your life is. Like, I think you would greatly enjoy Until Dawn, and then go to the Quarry. You actually might like the Quarry more because it's more of a slasher.
I've heard good things about the Quarry. What do you play them on?
I mean, I play them on PlayStation, so like you've got a PlayStation.
I have a PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. So like you have the means to do this. Yeah,
that PlayStation has become a gigantic paperweight.
Exactly. Like, give it a little meaning. Like, I think you would get addicted to the Until Dawn and the Quarry games because like you are creating a movie, but your actions have consequences, and I think you would get hooked on like, I did this and it caused this, but what if I did this, and like you go back and redo it.
Can we make a night of this? Like, is it a thing where like you could show me first so I'm not intimidated by it?
There's like a game mode that's basically like co-op playthrough, and it kind of is like you pass the controller off section by section. So like I'll get to a point, and then you take the controller, and then whatever you do could mess up everything I did, but like that's how the game goes.
All right, I'm down. I'm down to try. All right, you want to hit some of these soupies?
Yeah, get some soupies.
Oh, my K.
I'm also taking note of. There's a few other regular comments
I saw a couple things that I want to make sure we hit. Mike says, "Glad I'm able to tune in live tonight, Perri. I hope you're having a wonderful time in Calgary. Favorite part of the convention so far?" So like one thing that has made me super self-conscious is that I've always said Calgary. I've heard a couple people here say Calgary, and I think that's how the locals say it. So I don't think I'm expected to say it that way, but just because I know that there's two different ways, it makes me very self-conscious when I say it out loud now. My favorite part of the convention so far, I think I'm going to say asking Laurie Metcalf about Scream 2, and I'm just going to stick with that because I don't know how many interviews she's done about it, and the fact that she was so lovely and willing to talk about it and celebrate it made me really happy. So I have a feeling that someone on Collider.com is going to write up an article about those quotes. So I'll be able to share that with everybody soon. But I think that's top tier moment so far. All right. Wiley is up next. Hey guys, I need tips. I graduate in a week and I fly to Boston soon. But before that, I got to write my final paper and I suck at writing. And it's 15 pages. Please help. Make the font really big.
God, oh my God, I'm trying to think of what I did in college when I had to power this out. It's so funny that this is like such a side quick thing, but like Wiley bringing this up now, I just went on Facebook the other day to like check something, and it brought up one of my old posts, and it was from college, and it was like, I only have one 15-page paper left, and then I'm done for the semester or something like that. So it's just so funny that this comes up because like I thought about that, and I thought about how at the time I'm like, oh my God, I have to write 15 pages. This is crazy. And now I literally choose to write with all of my free time. Like it literally became that. Please help. I don't know what, I can't give a topic, obviously. I cannot do that. But whenever I'm kind of stuck with writing, whenever I'm kind of like figuring something out, I walk away and do something completely different. That is how I try to jumpstart my writing process again. When I hit a wall, I hit a wall. That's it. It's usually not coming back. Or if I do, like it's me struggling for the next hour to write a paragraph. You're not going to be able to push through it. I recharge. I go find something to do for half an hour or an hour, and then I come back.
That's a good tip. I feel like in college I lucked out because in high school, I think I've told you about this, Matt. I didn't take like normal English or normal social studies. I took like a combined version that they called SWS. It stood for School Within a School. And it was meant to like give you an opportunity to study more things, more variety, and also feel what the college course load would be like. So we had Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday classes, and then Wednesday was like a community building day. But ultimately you would take 6 classes. That means you would get like 6 classes worth of papers to write. So I feel like those 3 years in SWS trained me so incredibly well to be able to like spit out college papers fast. So that was definitely like, I feel like practice helps, that kind of repetition. But yeah, I'm with you, Matt. I feel like even to this day, whenever I have to write something, if I'm just like not getting anywhere, walk away, go outside, go for a walk. A lot of times I clean things. Like I'll clean something and then come back to it. But I feel like just staring at the computer and not being productive never helps.
It's never. I have the problem where like festivals are really motivating for me. I think that's where I do my quickest and like honestly some of my best work because I don't have time to overthink it. I have to see a movie. I have to turn that review around before the next movie. You know, it's the grind. So like festivals, like you're in the pressure cooker and you don't have time to overthink things. And I think that's what was always my problem with writing like school papers, where like I would sit there and not get anything done for like 3 days. But then when it was like due date time and it was the night before, I would write the whole thing. I would power the whole thing out.
I don't want to be recommending that you become a procrastinator, Wiley, but like I find that happens when I'm prepping for my Q&As and my interviews. It's like if I have one tomorrow and I tried to prep for it last week, I would do like a shit job and I wouldn't get it done. But if I'm prepping for it the day before, I'm much more likely to like get it done and get it done fast.
Yeah, I think that's just the nature of a Q&A. Like you're not going to think up questions or like you want it fresh in your mind. Like you're not going to do it a week early and then go through a whole week's worth of movies and prepping and then like
sometimes that's inevitable. Like sometimes I have to see a movie there's a junket coming up next week. I had to see the movie last week. I've watched a billion things since then. So sometimes you got no choice, but I feel like I'm better off prepping the day before. You also started to make me think of like the Facebook on this day stuff.
Oh my God.
On this day 10 years ago, I was filming Child Eater. Isn't that weird? 10 years.
I was there 10 years ago.
Still feels like it was just yesterday. Just yesterday.
That is wild. That actually is crazy.
Vincent says, love Shogun and got to see Alien in theaters. Very cool. Very
Alien
cool.
Day. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Happy belated Alien Day to everybody. Yeah. I liked what Fede posted. The face really creepy crawling around.
Yeah. That I can't wait for that fucking movie. Jesus.
I'm so excited. So excited. Tully says, very happy to see the ladies' night news. What does it mean for you and what does it mean for the channel? So the channel is officially all ladies' night. And the hope is what it means is that the show grows and continues to soar. So my hope is that it gives me the opportunity to maybe make more episodes, because obviously now it's the only thing that lives on that channel, and I like to be able to post with, you know, a certain frequency. I think the bigger question is, what does it mean for all of you out there? It means that I would love for you to visit the channel, subscribe to the channel, like videos, comment on videos, spread the word. I mean, I keep saying this. I think it's true of literally everything that, you know, exists on YouTube, any podcast someone is going on, anything someone's really passionate about that needs a viewer or readership or, you know, a listening base. If you find something like that you really like, make sure to support it, because otherwise, I don't want to think about the otherwise, but supporting the content creators that you love is really important. So give ladies' night some love.
Yep. Ditto on that, because we live in a culture where everyone does the opposite, and we we take for granted what we like, and then we talk online about the things that we hate, and the things that hate get all the attention, and they keep getting cranked out, and the things we love don't. So let's reverse that trend.
Yeah, same thing applies to movies and theaters. Go like throw that hard-earned money at movies that deserve it. I mean, hopefully we could do our very best to steer you in the right direction in that respect. But, you know, if you find something and you love it, find a way to support it so that we can get more things like it.
Yeah, everything is consumer driven. It's that easy. It boils down to whatever's going to make money nowadays. That's what we'll get more of. And so, like, we as the audience dictate that. So just keep that in mind. Bear that in mind when you are deciding what you want to see and what you want to support. And yeah.
Very, very true. True words right there. Travis is here. Do you think we will get to see the last season of The Umbrella Academy this year? Is there any series you guys are looking forward to or waiting on? The Umbrella Academy is this year, right?
I'm just checking. Last season.
A quick Google says August 8th.
Yeah, so it looks like August 8th. I think that still stands.
I'm looking forward to it, although I desperately need a refresher. I feel very far removed from that series.
I think I remember enough of the story. I think I'm like still okay with it. But yeah, agreed. Like it's been a little bit on that one. So like that's struggling. Is there any series that you guys are looking forward to?
My answer to that's real easy.
Good.
Cobra Kai.
Oh, that's fair. I still haven't seen the last one. I gotta catch up.
How are you not caught up, Matt?
Because it dropped on like a holiday and I didn't have time, and this is the cycle that we live in now. I can't watch something when it comes out. I'm never gonna get to it.
It's so good though. It'll just make you happy. It's just a happy show to watch. It's a treat.
I will watch it eventually. It just I was home. I didn't have time. I couldn't do it. It's not a family show.
Well, I'm not judging. What is something you're looking forward to?
I mean, they just announced Shoresy season 3 for next month, I think. So that's an easy one for me too. I can't fucking wait for that. If you're a Letterkenny and Shoresy fan,
the Letterkenny cast is here.
Oh, they're at the expo. Yeah.
Before mine, and I'm like, I wish so badly that I watched and I was caught up.
Oh,
just so I could like meet them, because I know you love them, and I don't know. I felt they're
legitimately
moderating that panel.
Would have done that easy. Oh man, I would talk to them for fucking days.
I would have enjoyed your company. Right. We got Mike with another one. How many people here have seen Challengers? I just saw it this afternoon and absolutely adored it. You haven't seen that one yet, Matt,
I haven't
right?
seen it yet. No, like I desperately want to. It is
It's very good. It's very good. Like the hype with this one is real. I can already feel it, taking on that like obsessive quality with me, where I want to watch it over and over and over. I want to watch it over and over with a super keen eye on each of the main performances, and just pick up certain nuances and try to like view the story from each perspective individually, because I think it's just going to enhance the whole so much.
Yeah.
It's real. It's a really good three-hander. The three of them are exceptional together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Luca has rarely steered me wrong, and even steering wrong, it's still a Luca movie, so it's still gonna be pretty decent.
Oh, like Luca just keeps knocking them out of the park one after the next. All right. What were some of the comments you saw that you wanted to touch on?
Mental Me brought up Boy Kills World twice.
Oh, okay. I can't find it quick enough, but if I do.
Yeah, no, it literally is just what our thoughts on Boy Kills World is, because that just came out. So I think that's a valid thing to talk about.
Let's talk about it. Did you like it?
Okay, you saw it at TIFF, right?
I did. So I'm real far removed from, it's not fresh in my brain whatsoever, but
so you saw the version without H. John Benjamin's narration, right?
I guess so.
Because like that I didn't know Benjamin's voice was added after the TIFF screening.
Oh, wait. I saw in my version you could hear the main character's like inner monologue. That's not what you're talking about.
I am, but who's voicing it?
Oh, honestly, I don't know. I don't remember.
Because from what like the whole thing is there. So from what was told to me, because we were talking to somebody who saw it at TIFF, and we're like, yeah, like, and H. John Benjamin's voice is so distracting, and she was like, "What are you talking about? Skarsgård's voice." So they showed a screening where they did a whole thing with Skarsgård's voice being,
I guess,
the
maybe
narrating voice, because I could not. Yeah, I think the narration ruins the movie. I think the narration is such a disservice to it, and doing it with H. John Benjamin specifically now, and basically having Bob Belcher or Sterling Archer or Coach McGurk, whoever you want to go to, like, it is such a distracting factor in an otherwise pretty decent action movie.
I found it a little all over the place. I definitely didn't like hearing that character's inner monologue. I thought that was just a strange storytelling choice in general, no matter who was doing it. It definitely didn't work for me. I also went into that movie with just like such high hopes for the creativity that I thought was going to be oozing off the screen. And, you know, there were parts that are like impressive here and there, but the whole didn't come together for me really at all. I thought a lot of really great actors were really underused, and I didn't have the amount of fun or go on the wild ride that I expected to. I remember walking out of that one very disappointed.
This is one of those movies that tries so desperately to be like edgy and unique, but it has no authenticity to any of that. So like it just feels like it is forcing all of its that people keep saying like it's a Deadpool-esque movie, and that's what you get with the inner monologue. Like people are tying the inner monologue to like what Deadpool would do. I don't really see it either. I have the same reaction to you. But like, yeah, I do think there's some good action beats. Like, you know, you have a broader cast here who can do this kind of stuff. Koji and all those other supporting actors. So like, there's a lot of talent there. Skarsgård himself can handle sometimes, but like, it commits like three sins to me. Like the first one is the camera cannot stay steady during half those action scenes. So like you lose the choreography and you lose what's good. Shout out to American action cinema, which just can't keep the fucking camera steady. Number two, that narration, it is so distracting and it kills the movie. And then number three is the fact that like you could have been just a really fun action movie and like B movie throughout, like if you just stuck that. But they try to do so much with like the Hunger Games-esque little bit here and there, and like trying to do so much political commentary that does not land. Like they're so bad with melding the crazy midnighter action with like the actual messages. And to me, the final, let's say the final twist, whatever they say, completely undoes all the messages you're trying to send, and it just cool bad.
I did not like the build to the end reveal. No. Did not like. Yeah, so didn't work for either of us. If you still want to see it, have at it, and I hope you have a different experience.
Weren't for me.
This one could be interesting to hit. Do you have reasons why Abigail underperformed at the box office? What do you think, Matt?
People keep looking back to the last voyage of the Demeter, and I'm blanking on the other title, but the last three vampire movies that have come out theatrically all did not do well financially. So like, are we done with vampires? Like, what's going on?
I don't think it's a broad vampire thing at all. I feel like what happened, from my limited perspective, it feels like Abigail's promotional campaign came out like so hot at the beginning. Like they put that trailer out there and everyone was talking about it. It was so exciting. But then it was kind of like they dropped their big thing so early on, so quickly. And then the campaign just didn't have legs. It didn't keep it fresh on people's minds. Like, I wonder if maybe the smarter marketing play would have been to make that first trailer a little more teasery and then not reveal the fact that it's a ballerina vampire until a little closer to release. I also feel like the Overlook premiere might have underserved it as well. I feel like it was deserving of something a little bigger, more fanfare-y, and it felt to me like watching from afar, like it premiered there with only making like the tiniest bit of noise,
Well, I don't think I begrudge the Overlook premiere because it might have premiered with the tiniest bit of noise, but like that was the one genre festival around its release. It didn't really have another option to do that anywhere else.
Very true.
Yeah, and it got the promotion that it wanted out of it. Like it got raves out of Overlook. Like people gave it 10 out of 10 and stuff like that. So like,
I wonder if a smarter thing might have been like a surprise LA screening or something, like where people like showed up and I don't like it had like a little more of like an underground feel, and then people were just talking about it like, holy shit, Abigail's awesome. I don't know.
But like people did though. Like that's the thing. They did it in Overlook though. Like people were talking about Abigail's awesome. Again, like it premiered with perfect scores out of Overlook.
But I don't know. I know it premiered with great scores out of Overlook, but there was something about how that coverage was amplified that didn't feel like it was what the movie needed to give it the best possible chance at the box office.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's a harder sell. It's a harder sell for a wacky concept, bigger budget, kind of crazy concept film. And like, I thought Ready or Not would have been a nice, like, from the creators of Ready or Not and Scream. Like, those were two big titles, let's say. So like, I thought that would have helped. I also thought Barrera's casting, like, I thought this thing had a lot going for it. Dan Stevens, like the cast up and down, like it had all the parts. So I am struggling to, and horror itself usually does pretty well at the box office. So like, I'm struggling with this one. I don't really know.
I mean, it's not like it did that bad. Like it wasn't like an utter flop or anything. Just bringing up the most recent numbers here. So thus, I mean, all right, it's not great, but it's just shy of $20 million worldwide at the moment. I would love to quickly be able to remind you of the budget, but again, Box Office Mojo is still stinky poo poo. So
it used to be so easy.
Like why ruin such a good thing? The budget was 28 million, so like not the greatest start, but it's not the worst thing. I do have a feeling that it's going to go on to become like a genre darling that many will discover on streaming and digital services. But again, like what we were saying earlier, like if you see something that's so damn good, make sure to spread the word and to support it however you can.
Yeah, like the reason we're able to get movies like Abigail is because movies like Ready or Not make money. So when they stop making money, that's when the studios go, oh, well, we can't take a risk on something like an Abigail that doesn't have that tied in, it's not a Scream entry. It's not this, it's not recognizable. We're going to keep getting the same thing over and over again if that is what we keep giving our money to.
But then you have things like Late Night with the Devil that just pop off and get the support that they deserve. Immaculate, I don't know if Immaculate wound up making much of a dent in the box office, but between these
Neon's
two,
highest.
Was it?
It was at least the highest release. It was at least the highest grossing release they ever had. Like I forget if that's week one or if that's total. It could just be week one, but still, like their highest gross week one is still an accomplishment.
Immaculate has a grand total right now of nearly 22 million worldwide.
Yeah, so it was probably their highest week one release then.
Yeah. And then the budget on that one was 9 million.
Yeah, so they made money.
I liked both of these movies quite a bit. I think Late Night with the Devil has the edge for me, but I highly recommend both.
Yeah, for me, it's Late Night. I didn't love Immaculate. We had that conversation already, so like this is a pretty easy one. I also didn't like Late Night's good. I don't think it's not going to be in my top 10 by the end of the year or anything, but it's good. It's a good movie. It's getting a lot of hype, and I'm very happy for it. It's just good.
I loved it. I loved it lots.
Needed a harder finish. The ending did not land as much for me.
Okay. It worked for me quite well. Clearly. Here's one that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Apartment 7A from Natalie Erica James on Paramount Plus this fall. I'm just pulling up the basics on this one. Like in general, sign me up for literally anything she directs. I think Relic is exceptional. I have not been able to get that movie out of my head since seeing it. Just so you all have the basics, set in 1965, New York City, the film is set to center around a young dancer who rents a room from an elderly couple. And then they just flat out said it's part of Rosemary's Baby, right? Like that was the news that broke this week.
No. Is that Natalie Erica James?
Am I thinking of the wrong thing? They announced it is intended to serve as a prequel to Rosemary's Baby, the third film and fourth installment overall in the Rosemary's Baby franchise. I think that I had heard maybe they were going to hide that, but then they just came out and said it, which
I actually missed the article I read. I misinterpreted because the article I read, I thought it was a separate project. I thought it was just a prequel that was set aside from it. So there you go.
I mean, this seems to be what they do with the continuing horror franchises. Because I'm thinking about Pet Sematary Bloodlines, which I believe went straight to Paramount Plus.
Yep.
This one stars Julia Garner, which also gives me a lot of hope in it.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be good.
All right.
More soupies. Up.
I'm trying. Were there any other general questions you wanted to hit?
So somebody brought up the two. Have you been keeping up with the new Evil Dead movies they've announced?
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I will pull up that article.
So I will just start off by saying the one by the director of Infested is going to fucking rule.
Yeah, I still have to watch Infested.
Infested is so good. It is top tier. Arachnophobia. They're the two best spider horror movies are now Arachnophobia and Infested, and they are on par with each other. Infested is on Shudder. It is, if you don't like spiders, and especially if you are or suffer from arachnophobia, do not fucking watch this movie. If you can tolerate spiders just enough, like me, where I don't like them. If they're in my apartment, I'm going to use a long stick thing to get them out of it. But Infested is it's my favorite horror movie of the year so far. It is one of the best insect creature features, straightforward horror wise, ever. I can't heap enough praise on this. The spiders look so good. Everything is so fucking good. It's too realistic. It's too all that stuff. It's basically it's I'm gonna say it and you're gonna make fun of me, but Wreck. That's the right way to say it, right?
It's Wreck. It's when you say REC that I'm like, what are you doing?
Anyway, it's Wreck meets Attack the Block meets Arachnophobia.
Oh my god, I'm gonna love this.
That is what it is. And do not think it is as fun as Attack the Block. It is way more in the tone of Wreck. But people quarantine inside with spiders that are multiplying at a very concerning rate and also getting bigger.
Oh, maybe this will be my post-convention treat to myself.
It's good. It's good. It's that icky, anytime I feel a breeze, I just no.
What do you think about them making 2 Evil Dead movies? Is there any concern that it's too much too fast, or kind of kind of a good thing because they're supporting and bringing in people with strong voices, hopefully clear visions, and newer people in horror and giving them these opportunities?
I love it, number one, because here's my hope. My hope is that it's going to be kind of anthology format. just in the sense of tone, not that they're going to make separate things. But like, yeah, I do like the idea that maybe we are going to get like a French Evil Dead movie from the Infested guy. And then like the other person they hired, I'm blanking on the name, but he directed the new Jim Cummings movie. And he kind of just did like a neo-noir kind of thriller over there where it's not straightforward horror by any means. So I think what you just said, more creative outlets, more creative directors to kind of take on the Evil Dead franchise. So as long as they're making things that are so singular in their tone and so different that give us Evil Dead in different kinds of approaches, I think it's a great thing, because give me more Evil Dead and give me more like unique Evil Dead movies from very, very vivid creators.
Could be what I've been saying I've wanted from a multitude of horror franchises, which is like something more in the anthology format, where the fact that, you know, they're not bound to a series of films in a sense makes it so the creative possibilities are endless. And what better franchise to do that with than with Evil Dead and then Deadites?
Yeah, it's the same thing like when we talk about Predators, and it's like, oh my God, a Predator could be in any time, any place. Like, that's so cool. Evil Dead, all you got to do is find a Necronomicon. Maybe there's more out there that we still don't know of. They have the ability to make more. So it's like, you know, someone just said, give us Evil Dead in the Wild West. Like, yeah, absolutely. Do shit like that. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, maybe, I don't know, like the Infested director brings more of the creature elements to it, where the other guy who I feel bad I'm blanking on the name.
Wait, I had it. I meant to say it, but I didn't want to interrupt you. Francis Galuppi.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm a big Evil Dead fan, so I'm of the mentality right now that the more the better. So hopefully I have high hopes that'll remain true when we get these movies.
Stoked.
I've mostly caught up in the live chat. So back to Supers. Any early word on Longlegs?
Has not played anywhere yet.
I'm so curious, Matt.
I can't wait. I can't fucking wait.
So curious. I'm just so curious to see if it winds up having wide appeal or not.
An Oz Perkins movie never usually does. So that's the thing.
But you never know. You just never.
Like I agree. I agree it could. I'm just saying, like, the track record so far, there has not been.
I know. I'm eager to see it. And I want good things from Micah Monroe. I'm a big fan.
I want good things for Oz Perkins too. He's one of the most unique. He's like one of the most unique directors we have working. It's just a shame they do not work for me so far.
I am on your side with that. I'm hoping Longlegs will change that. I think they've done a pretty exceptional, like that right there is a good horror promotional campaign. Those teasers are creepy. They're fascinating. And they have kept Longlegs in the conversation ever since the first one dropped, which, man, like it's got to be months ago already.
They've been teeing this up for a while. They're really raving this one on. Yeah, they're good.
David's here. Hi, Perri. Sorry it's been a while since I've joined a live chat. I've been pretty busy organizing my place, catching up with work, getting my car fixed, and my license plate renewed. That is a long list of stuff. There's a lot of important stuff to take care of. That it is. I have so many life things to take care of, Matt, that I've just totally neglected.
Yep.
Hopefully all of that doesn't come back to get me soon. Hoshi says Godzilla Con crosses 500 million globally. Thoughts? I still haven't seen it. I have to see it.
It's stupid fun. It's not great, but it is stupid fun. And you know what?
I'm here for stupid fun.
Yeah, I said that positively. I say that as someone who liked the movie.
F word. As long as there's fun in the mix, I'm down to give something a go. And yeah, I like Adam. I want good things for Adam too.
Yeah, if he's having fun making these movies, I want him to keep making them.
Mm-hmm. All right, David's back here. Hey, Perri and Matt, which sequel do you think will gross the most this year? My bet is Joker. Will you guys go see the re-releases of Lord of the Rings this summer after seeing the re-release of Alien? I think David might be spot on with Joker. I do think that has huge box office potential. I think I am leaning towards Deadpool versus Wolverine, though. I think that has a very good chance of topping the charts.
Yeah, I think that has all the crossover. But like, Joker came out of nowhere too.
And it didn't it make $1 billion?
It did, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's hard to bet against the second one.
I get it. But like, I feel like Deadpool Wolverine is like finally mashing together two sectors of Marvel films that once had to be separated and now they're not. And I wonder if like the general mentality that it could be seen as like a really strong, I'm not going to say reboot, but like reinvigoration of the franchise could make it like a colossal draw for everyone again. Even if you haven't been keeping up with the recent MCU releases, this is something that feels like it's got the power to bring everyone back, everyone together again.
I'm going to stick with Joker.
Okay.
I think there's still enough of that kind of carryover from some of the other Marvel movies that people didn't love. Mm-hmm. I think that will play into people's choice to see this. Also, we're just thinking of streamability too, like ease of streaming of like, I can wait for one versus the other, but I don't think that really.
I don't think that's gonna be.
Really play there. But yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, I'll take it. I feel like both are safe bets.
Yeah, so. I like both are safe bets, but yeah, I'm gonna say Joker makes more.
Travis now says, I enjoyed the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I might also be in the minority of enjoying Ritchie's King Arthur. How do you two view Guy Ritchie's track record with movies? Loved The Gentleman. Guy Ritchie is usually hit or miss for me. I'm going to pull up his filmography so I could give you somewhat of a rundown. I like The Covenant. I thought that was pretty good.
It's decent.
So of the movies he directed, I haven't seen Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Ministry's good. Yeah, Ministry's a solid one.
I kind of want to see it. I like Covenant. Haven't seen Operation Fortune. I didn't like Wrath of Man. That didn't work for me.
Wrath of Man was a good. Okay, Operation Fortune, decent. Wrath of Man, good plane movie.
Mm-hmm. I didn't like the Oh no, actually, I never saw The Gentleman.
I
never saw that.
I think I liked The Gentleman enough.
I don't know what I was just confusing it with, but I did not like that. I liked Aladdin well enough.
Oh, see, like that's funny. Like Aladdin, I was like, meh.
I'm also in the minority too. I kind of liked King Arthur.
I didn't, but I respect it.
I don't think many did, but I did.
I didn't, but I respect it.
You know what?
I'm pro Guy Ritchie. I'm like really, really pro Guy Ritchie, in fact.
You know what might be one of my favorite movies of his, though? The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah.
Quite a bit. I like Sherlock Holmes. I haven't revisited Rock and Roll in forever.
Rock and Roll has got its highs and lows, let's say. Like especially like when compared to Snatch, when just no comparison.
Yeah, here's where you get into the classics like Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. So yeah. I'm mixed. I think you're a little more consistent.
I like, so his style really works for me. Just the British humor and like his movies are always witty and zippy, whether they're good or not. So like for me, they have good pacing and good like attempts to be at least comedic. So
good factor.
Yeah.
All right, we got Mike K back. Summer movie season officially begins next weekend. So which title do you think will make it the most at the box office? I'm thinking it comes down to Deadpool and Wolverine or Despicable Me 4. There's another sequel that we didn't say. Watch out for those Despicable Me movies.
That's God damn it.
A lot of money at the box office.
That's fair. No, that's legitimately fair. Like those make so much fucking money.
I'm curious to see. I mean, of course, I'm not going to be able to find it quickly, but I'm curious to see like what its track record has been from film to film. Hold on, it's what like I feel like this is information worth bringing up, so I'm actually going to click. I'm going to click all the things. The first Despicable Me movie was released in 2010. It made $543 million worldwide. Second one made nearly $1 billion, 970 worldwide. Third one crossed $1 billion. So this is why I bring it up. This is a really cool thing that very rarely happens when you have sequels. Usually, like there's diminishing returns. The more you release, the more your audience gets narrowed. This one just keeps growing and growing and growing. So I am not betting against Despicable Me 4.
Never bet against the banana.
I love Minions. I love Minions. We got David with another one. Could Joker surpass Barbie at the box office after surpassing the record 167 million views, becoming Warner Brothers' most watched trailer? Deadpool and Wolverine could easily hit 1 billion if it exceeds expectations. I'm not going to bet against Joker, but it's hard to say it's going to surpass Barbie sight unseen. Like, I do think Joker is going to be a massive creative swing that's either going to really click with people or it's not. And the thing is, I think it's inevitable that it's going to have a really big opening weekend. But in order to cross the $1 billion mark, you need people to go and see it over and over and over. So until I see what it is and the quality of the movie, it's hard to say it'll pass something like Barbie.
This is just a top of the head question, just a question, but like, do you think it being an openly like being a musical will maybe drive people away? I'm being serious. Okay.
I think that might just like up intrigue.
So then definitely then. Yeah.
Because it's also like, I mean, in our bubble, I feel like we're all going to be well aware that it's a musical. And I'm sure as the marketing progresses, it'll heavily lean into that as well. But I still think there's a lot of people out there that will literally just hear Joker and go to see it no matter what.
That's fair. Yeah. Like I was actually like just thinking of a hypothetical of just, the first movie made so much money being the movie it was, but like, are certain purists going to be mad that it is a musical and all of these things, which again does not bother me.
Mad, they might not. It depends how well the idea is executed and how it comes together.
Well, I think with comic book adaptations, I'll just say there are different kinds of fan, if that makes sense, who might be quick to write things off.
I mean, listen, if this movie really is that good, I wouldn't mind seeing a new trend sparked where all of a sudden we get a bunch of comic book musicals.
I'm very pro. And especially like Lady Gaga I think she's going to take this. I think there's going to be a lot of good in that.
I mean, her getting involved did give me a lot of faith. I mean, you look at the thing, like, she chooses her projects with purpose, and I respect that. And it's definitely got my hopes very, very high for this one.
Like the first one did not work for me. I did not like it. So like my anticipation for a sequel was rock bottom until that got announced. And I'm like, okay, you might have reeled me back in. Like, let's see what's happening here.
Joker grew on me considerably. I think I was like emotionally overwhelmed, and like I'll never forget how I felt walking out. I saw it at TIFF, and like I was very easily able to identify like where the quality was high. But I think it felt like a punch to the gut. Like I walked out sad.
Yeah, 100%.
And then the more I watched it and was prepared for what I was getting, the more I came to like love it and not be able to stop watching it.
I have not had the urge to rewatch that.
I get it. Given my first reaction, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. We have caught up on Soupies.
Nice.
Anything else you want to hit before we wind this down? Can I just like pat myself on the back for doing this from Calgary and being like a shell of a human that's been in a convention center all day?
I do festivals. What do you mean? This isn't that hard.
I like pat myself on the back for doing it at festivals, and you as well. Seriously, coming from like a full day at one of these events, it's not easy.
It's insane. Yeah.
I'm happy that look how much water I've drank.
That is actually key to like staying through and like actually surviving one of these things. Is just I always have like a giant water bottle with me or something.
I had this same thought, by the way.
Yeah, it's been a full hour.
Yeah, that like flew especially fast.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh yeah, there's that F word again. We love it.
Do
you want to promote something? You better promote something, or I'll get mad at you.
Yeah, that's fine. I am me. I am Matt Donato. You can follow me. You should follow me. Follow me at DonatoBomb, Twitter, Letterboxd, Instagram, all those social media places. TikTok, I'm still thinking of how I'll build that up, but I will probably start playing around with that soon. And then, yeah, follow my podcast, Certified Forgotten, please. Give us nice ratings. As Perri was saying before, like, if you actually like what we do, it is very cool to just leave a little rating and give us, like, it's so crazy to think that every positive rating is just that much better, like, for Apple Podcasts, and, like, they don't recognize certain podcasts until they reach a certain level. Like, it's just what it is. So it goes back to, like, give us a try if you like us. Would love to hear on Apple Podcasts with a little rating. But yeah, Certified Forgotten. We are a horror podcast. Do the shit. And then, yeah, what am I doing in the future? Just more reviews. Just going to keep on the grind. Hopefully got some cool movies coming out, like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and stuff next month. So, yeah.
I'm quite pumped for that one. Go do all that, and especially Matt's podcast, because quality stuff, again, needs to be supported. I will be a broken record and direct you on over to the Collider Ladies Night YouTube channel, where I am going to suggest you watch the Melissa Barrera episode, which is fantastic because she's a great interview. Please like it, comment on it, share it. Help me get the Ladies Night views like so freaking high. The more views the existing episodes get, my hope is the more I can do in general. So I just hope I get to bring more content to you. Go check it out. That's it for this week. Next week, Matt, we're gonna have another like 2-location episode. You'll be in LA and I'll be in Denver.
Denver. That's fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I'm going to Series Fest.
What is?
It's my first time going to Series Fest. It's a convention that is, like, surprise, surprise, about TV series, and I'm going specifically to moderate a panel about female showrunners, which I am really excited about. Really excited about.
That's good.
That's where you'll be able to find us next week, right here on this YouTube channel. So everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you very soon.
Bye.